Just a bit of stress. Here's a mess. We'll have to do. You good to go?
10 seconds remaining.
Here's a mess. We'll have to do. You good to go?
10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
And there we go, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the BTS Pro Series Europe CIS. The last day of the group stages ahead of us, and we're going to start off with a kicker with Mudgolems versus Bait going up against each other. This is somewhat of a high-stakes game, at least for Bait, and also for Mudgolems. I mean, I've been on a bit of a rush, so sorry that I look like this right now, but I talked with I wanted to go sure that what is the situation for today's games, because we have 4 series coming up, and considering every series there's a potential, but for at least Mudgolems versus Bait, so Bait, they have to win to avoid not making playoffs. So a win would force Empire out based on tiebreaker rules. So that's what they're going up against. The #1 team in the groups and a team who's fighting for survival. So this is the storyline for this specific series. My name is T-Panda, and I'm joined by Kips as my co-caster as usual. And actually, I had the wrong scene there for a second because my Discord is what it is, so you might have seen some inside information out there, but it's fine. Kips, how you doing? Yep, I'm in a bit of a rush because I had some really bad technical issues on my end. I had everything crashing. My Windows was like, I got a big red error on my screen. I was like, well, we're gonna crash. Okay, that sounds great. And I was like, all right, what happens after the restart? Nothing works. Oh, no, not like this. But we're here in Dota land. We're back, and everything's working as it should right now. Mm-hmm.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work when it comes to like the last series, basically. Like you need to be a completely different team to beat this team that they're going up against.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, if they especially get to pick Radiant twice in a row and they win all games, it's going to be all green. That's very true. But game 1, at least underway. We're quite far into the draft as well. So I see some pretty interesting starters here, at least for Bait. We've got Earth Spirit, and then we got Bad Rider actually for phase 1. So I kind of like these picks. Outside from the usual, let's pick our carry, or like pause 1 in our second pick, which is kind of like the China Dota kind of way of drafting for who knows 2 or 3 years in a row. They almost did the same thing, that they put their carry in first phase and they last pick their offlaner. So Bat Rider, potential mid, potential support, potential offlane. Still not that much flexibility when they pick these two.
Team ban.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Visage could fit in pretty well in there, so we'll see if they do use that last ban for it. They did get rid of the Beastmaster at least.
5 seconds remaining.
They're trying to indicate their draft towards too. I mean, the Bad Riders are like decent when there's the Beastmaster on the field, but could it be something more specific that they're countering here? Mm-hmm.
Fire team, Radiant team, pick. Dire team, pick.
Anti-mage.
Ten seconds remaining.
Pretty nimble
5
heroes
seconds
though.
remaining.
2 escape artists picked right after each other. A lot of mobility on Bates draft.
Radiant team, pick.
Witch Doctor.
Yeah. Also kind of looking like an aggressive draft, so I like the idea of having the Witch Doctor in. You already got a lot of mobility heroes. Witch Doctor might have a bit of difficulties catching up with the rest of the crew. You don't really want to leave this hero alone. He's an easy target to pick
5
off.
seconds remaining. Radiant team, back.
I speak for the trees.
Alright. Could be. I like the Nature's Prophet pickup here at least, because if they want to fight with the aggression, they've got one hero that always has a +1 for fights.
10
Though
seconds remaining.
you might have to build this Nature's Prophet more into a semi-frontliner
5
type of
seconds
hero.
remaining.
I mean, you've got the Tiny to go in, but you kind of want a friend with you too, because AM's not the guy who's going to be first in the fight. He's going to be last in the fight.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hmm.
Radiant team, ban.
Hmm. What are we still looking for here? I mean, Golems could still go for a 2 or a 3. For
10
bait,
seconds
it's basically
remaining.
just the carry spot here. I kind of like this Ricky ban here, because that would
5
really make
seconds
AM's life
remaining.
miserable. That too. Tiny can't get his combo off too, but Ricky is also very weak against Tiny. Yeah, that's fair. Hmm.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a he's a big moving threat. You don't want to touch the unstoppable force. AM is not the immovable object in this case. Still one more ban to go though.
Radiant team, pick.
Could be, yeah. Clark could be alright in this case. I would have
10
hoped
seconds remaining, pick.
Morph could, yeah. Well, there's the Visage that Bait did let through the draft, so they're in for a hard time. This is a very scary draft from Mudgolems.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Are we gonna see cheese last pick? Is there any there? I don't think there's even room for much cheese here. We need that frontliner.
Choose your hero,
Mhm.
my good friend.
Yeah, and I kind of like the PL pick here in a sense because the Tiny seemed like one of the proper counters towards PL, but Tiny was kind of forced to put into a support position when they revealed these last 3 picks from Mudgolems, so PL should have an easier time. Not the easiest time, but an easier time that it would have most likely been. Hmm. Yeah. Well, it is the do or die game pretty much for Bait here. Every win counts. And they need 2. 1 is not going to be enough for them. They want to advance into the playoffs. So that would mean that they have a tie score with Team Empire. And because their previous fight against each other ended up in a tie, but Bait has the faster win if I checked it up correctly. That means that Bait will go through and Empire will drop out with the tiebreaker rules that are mentioned.
Bait had a slower win. But that seems rough. Empire beat Bait in 5 minutes. Fire them.
All right. True.
30 seconds to battle.
I 5 to Pata and
Is this on?
these guys have me. It's like
All
touring
good.
with a band, you know. After all, you know everyone else on the festival circuit.
Yeah, I mean, touring with a band can be interesting. I haven't actually gone on any tours with a band, or actually, but I've seen some documentaries about bands actually going on tour, and they really start to hate the small space that they share.
You ever seen hotel room setups where you plan? Oh,
Yeah, I've seen some.
it's something. You gotta get real up close and personal.
We have the Nature's Prophet up against the Void Spirit here in mid, so that should be a decent matchup here for the Nature's Prophet, who is usually considered one of the stronger laners against many in the game. So if you have like a PA or something that you know that, alright, well, she's gonna snowball way out this lane even though how much we harass her, then Nature's Prophet is kind of like, well, one of the heroes that can always be put against most anything and win the lane. I think it's the same ideology that people had with the Kunkka 3, because Kunkka's so strong mid that you think you can off lane, put him in the safe lane, and you could win a lane through that, but it's so level dependent.
He's not the lane dominator. Ah, I forgot the name of it.
Not the X mark, the torrent.
No, on the...
Ah, the Tidebringer.
Let's call it early in the morning. I was up late last night.
Oh yeah, you were doing some very late casting last night, so yeah, totally. I had my first free day actually yesterday after like 11 days of pulling and casting. I've been doing 3 different games, 3 different tournaments. I was like, really happy to have a free day off, and I'm like, all right, let's do some Dota today. Let's get some couriers as Fishman.
Yes, Milan dragged this way all the way to behind. Very awkward for me.
Yeah, and also
tower's gonna take.
love how trying to harass the Visage while they're still busy with their creep wave, and then he just throws in that full soul assumption right in your face, and like, okay, we better not mess with you. 5-Up is thinking about rolling in. I think he just dropped the remnant there. All right.
Are you
cheeky little kick?
He's been trying to secure assets with that. He hasn't been, however.
More attempts to come, I guess.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. And once his man gets some levels, we're going to get very active. Warrior's going to
Yeah.
Milan
Last
needs to be
hero.
careful.
Trying to look for the courier and the creep wave at the same time. I'll miss the courier, but we'll get the creeps fought, however. Very nasty spears going in the way of the Batrider. Dropped him to half HP, but he will be fine. It's a lot of farm for the Batrider again. Meanwhile, Crystallis returns the favor. He takes Tiny's courier, so both offlaners' couriers have died now.
Courier's dead on the top though. It's a little bit of an...
And Bat goes under the tower, so AM actually fighting him straight under the tower with the creep wave, and then we have Fada just throwing in spears.
Bit of an unglamorous first blood, but hey, what...
Exactly.
Real
It's
problem
all
that
about the money.
Yes. that I see in this transition here for bait is that normally when you run a Void Spirit on it, you have a very... put your first back towards when you add a step. But in this case, Visage isn't a fun target, and neither is the AM. So I think what they should hope for and bring in 4 to 6 5-up instead of...
Yeah, if they could get on Bora, that would be great. That's what they really want to catch, is the Nature's Prophet. Though they're gonna need 1 or 2 stuns, or at least a lot of slows, because they do want to make sure that he doesn't just teleport out inside the Sprout, because that would be the worst case scenario. You rotate with 3 and he just TPs away.
Oh yeah, awful.
Milan trying to look for a toss, but already hiding in the tree line. Milan trying to get a slap going on. Crystallis with the Phantom Rush, dealing a bit of damage on Tiny, but he's still going to be alright in that lane. Only 1 kill as we hit the 5-minute marker. We've got our Bounty Rune spawning. Fishman versus Milan. Juke on the hot ground. NP ulti. Avalanche. Ooh. There's not much to say about Witch Doctor after that.
That was filter on the world. Don't nerd.
It's scary how you see that Nature's Prophet ulti at those 2 last jumps on someone, because it takes like 50% of your HP pool.
It was beautifully done. I mean, Fish also gave him a lot of time.
That's true. He did break the vision on the high ground momentarily, so I was like, oh, it's actually gonna live for this. Here comes the Maledict stun roll coming in. Beautiful avalanche though, connecting on 3. 33 still might end up going down because he's got that Maledict ticking, and Fishman picks up the kill. However, in bottom, they go in last hero because he doesn't have any supports to help him out. The Hellbear does even a bit of damage, and they even throw them out of void. Skitter picks that one up, so it's a 1-for-1.
Dandy teleported vision, which doesn't do that, I don't think. But then he still has the haste, so he could make it if he wants.
Yeah, he just picked it up, the 6-minute runes, so he uses it, and he's on his way. Last hero takes the bait here in this lane, but Skitter is already doing a lot of damage. Fishman has gone down in the top lane. There goes last hero, and here comes Dandy. What can he pull off here? He's on the anti-mage, doing a bit of damage, but 3 points in blink. Doesn't even have to use it. 5-1 for the Mudgolems. It's not looking too shabby here for bait.
At the very least, 5-up is going to get some. Now, then he takes over bottom last row. He is pretty unleveled. Oh, or hit? Nope, doesn't get it.
Crystal is still diving for this Visage kill. 60 HP. Milan is right behind him, but Crystallis makes his way out. Visage lives now in mid. Fada here back Bora. Right.
If you
Seeing a
look
lot
at
of moves.
the way to clear abilities, it's basically dead. Anywhere that Nature Prophet and the Enchantress show up, he has to come in, wipe away. This means that he has to be very careful with where he is, because as soon as he's stuck on the wrong side of the map, the towers, well, on the other side, and just column could.
Pretty much. Last hero. He's going to get enchanted by Fada. He does. Here comes Skitter with the ultimate, and here comes NP with the ultimate. Yep, that's a oof. That ulti still hurts. That's the amount of damage. Yeah, we might be. If this keeps on going, we might even see it even more. And actually, H has brought 4,200 gold right now. Looking pretty good. He's even got a way higher GPM than we have on Dendi right now. As talked about that wave clear. That also means Dendi is going to be picking up a lot of farms, so he does have that snowballing potential in this game. But it really does go quite a lot onto him. We might see some crazy item pickups, like if we get to late game. Might even see a rapier pickup on this void.
I think honestly the pitch should be there, because this is 3 gauge. This is very soon. Once that item is up, items ready.
5 up. It's under the tower. Almost gets rolled, and now there's a fight going on top of the same time. This trying to make a run for it. Dendi on the jump and the casket. It comes down. A right click should be enough. Crystal is the kill. They are moving out. Meanwhile, 5 up is still buying time. Fighting Skitter. Blink out, and the TPs finally show up. They might get the deny on the tower. Last hero goes down.
Now, last year's problem is that he hasn't bought any stat items. What I think his idea of buying a ball in order. Once he was this unleveled, he just anytime the anti-mage was on, he dies in one go. There's no regenning up from that. All you're doing, by the way, when you're bottling up is getting more mana.
Yeah. Tiny TPing to the bottom. Phantom Lancer in a bit of trouble here. Uses his doppelganger. Up to the anti-mage here. On, and they find the right one. Crystallis gets hit by the Moth Void and should eventually go. Tries Phantom Rush away, but there goes the anti-mage. Just blinks right after him. Now Fishman. He could be alright. He's going to deny the tower. Though, that is their bottom tower down.
towers down now. Side of Mudgolems with relatively little effort. Part of it is just having to profit on you. With nothing to
They are coming in, but it feels like he knows already. And he misses the roll as well. Very limited, but they still had an idea what was going on. Last hero, 6 deaths on the Batfighter already. Not looking good.
I think
Bat-
you should have... There's just no way he stays delaying. All 3 deaths.
Feeling a little bit worked here with the future of Bait here. Oh,
Ready to
I
run.
mean, in the course of the tournament, that is. Not just this game. There's some talented young guys in that team. Like, thinking about, like, last hero, for example, and Fishman. I really like that duo for a very, very long time. Not talking about months. I'm actually talking, like, 2 years that I've liked watching these two guys play.
I mean, Chrysalis is Dutch. You know, I'm a biased scatter.
Yeah.
I've coached this guy for what?
You gotta get ready for biased casting because we're gonna have like Team Governor with 5 men later on today. So that's literally gonna be the.
I mean, Chrysalis is managed for 2 until then he got it. He cancel on top. I think they're actually getting. Although Fishman, he's dying.
Fishman will be dying, still fighting for his life, but the Maledicts are gonna be too much for Anya. Finds himself some kills.
I still think that just 2 supports for this absolutely. He's canceling the drum. He's going Maris. We have space.
And a kill of Dendy might be a certainty. We're gonna find last year on high ground. But here comes the coconut bouncing back and forth, but it's keeping only away for just a bit longer. Last year was to get this kill on Fada, and a good read by him, not being afraid at all and just go straight ham at it. While
Actually juked that Skyder under the tower.
did I was looking at that, I heard the ulti go off, and I was like, all right, well, there's alive.
Well, the anti-mage still had his blink up after that, but Fish actually stutters. Kind of impressive. All plays they can make. Well, no mid tower anymore, but actually get out. The problem is, once you lose your first 3 outer towers with this, or 0 trades on the top side, the gold difference starts to snowball. You have no way to put all of your heroes on the lanes anymore. Back
Yep, I agree on that. 5,000 gold difference now also for Mudgolems, and XP is also really heavily in their favor. There's a smoke play coming up though. 5 up Dendy Fishman. Attempting to find someone in bait. Mudgolems are stacked up with 4 heroes, and even the Nature's Prophet actually hiding in the trees right now. Message goes for a little disconnect. They are heading towards the bottom side jungle. Don't have any wards on them. Fishman has 2, so he might drop some more aggressive vision if they need to, since that's the one they've placed down is going to expire, so might as well just put down another.
exactly the right time. They're going to have to give up that top jump. And yeah, I would really like it if they could find some way to take bottom tower, but they can't fight Mudgolems 5v5 right now. So they need to have them confirmed, committed somewhere.
There's the stairs ward placed by Fishman. Dendy and 5 up are rolling around towards mid. Visage is gonna walk into their crosshairs, but will they go for it? Last year also being threatened here by Fada and Milan. And here they go. Avalanche, NP ult, and Petit Spear. Okay, I don't even want to know how much damage that spear does when you toss him in the air. But that's a certified kill.
Very least, some presence down and a lot of down. I think Mudgolems are actually going to give it to them. At the same time.
Dyer's top
At
tower
this
is
point,
being
you could also be
attacked
getting
They found him. Nijo, can you get him? Half HP. Maledict will do. Death Ward is out. That's a kill. Milan coming as well. Anti-mate actually goes in the middle of all these three heroes. Death Ward is still punching. And there's fought on the high ground with the spears, and Fishman can't do anything with this Witch Doctor. He gets the coconut out. The roll connection coming in 5 up as well. Gets the ulti, connecting on 2. Does a bit of damage here, but it's only going to do a limited amount. As the ult is out of life. That's 2 on for 1. But it's again the supports for a core, and Endy made his way out, so I guess it's a slight relief.
Yep, as well as one tower down, and last hero getting lots of loot. This was a very good.
Tis mine.
This was a very good move. They need to keep finding kickoffs like that. It's the only thing that their
Are you
lineup
ready
can
to
do.
rumble?
Up siege, can't outfarm an anti-mate with Battle Fury, and especially when that. So they have to assassinate.
Yeah. PL has the potential of becoming a really big core in the game, but there's the anti-mate that he needs to worry about a little bit, so it does kind of also force Skitter to have that frontliner capability. Yeah, I have to use all here, yeah.
Last row still go. Travel ready, still a lot faster now. No more of those awkward snap back moments. And this positioning from Bait is really good. When very clearly prepared, and I've watched a lot of replays of these guys. When they're very clearly prepared for the fight that is to come, they look really good. When they get caught unaware, it's
Bio to kick the bird away. Here goes the last zone. They've got the Visage inside. Warnija from the side. They've got the stuns coming on as well. Really good looking here for Bait. They've got the timing out of the way to put the Visage down. They still all heroes up. Dendi also below edge. And here comes the anti-mage for a snipe. He just throws the ulti and walks out. Tower down, 2 for 1. Bait finding more and more relief. I'll talk about the Fusel Blade, but might as well just recap what just happened there.
It's still very much worth it. Dark Space is
Are you ready
more
to rumble?
as well as the assassinated, as opposed to tower pressuring team thrives on vision over making the moves that are necessary. And like Denny is gonna be a bit sad that he died here, but it's once again they're playing this very well now.
What I wanted to talk about the Phantom Lab, there's like he's just a Fusel Blade, yes, but he's still very fit to go in. Like he had 1100 AP. Now he picked up a Ring of Aquila from the jungle, so that's gonna leap off of his AP. But he's gonna need way more tankiness until he's feeling comfortable. But you can't really be too comfortable with the game already as it is.
This team just have his way faster than you. And on top of that, there's just Prophet, the Orchid. If he gets you with sell up, it's good. He's going to need at least 1 fight on top of
Yeah, exactly. I like the Basher pickup here. I would still like to see more stats, but Basher will give you a tiny bit of a pop. The heart is going to take a long time to build, and they need to act before that. And taking a hit from the avalanche, the roll comes in, actually connect on a familiar.
Get back now. Then you want to have both steps. Now, Mudgolems seems to just and if you don't have any initiating items or those, it is hard to find more pickups after the but here they go. Milan in the fresh dagger at the
This is big. Yeah, this is big. This changes their team fight so much now that they have the pink dagger up. Crystallis. Greed is good. He wants to go for the camp farm. Oh boy, you're in a world of hurt. They go on the illusion instead, and Crystallis, they got the TP. Oh no, cancelled. But he has the doppelganger to live a tiny bit longer. Might even find a kill on the Enchantress in the meantime, but that mana pool once that runs out, it also means that PL's damage output runs out, and Crystallis is down.
Well, a bit of indecision from the rest of his team in mid. I think they could have come to the rescue there. It took a long time for him to die. They're gonna move in now.
Nothing to teleport to. There was... He's half HP. Trying to make a run for it. Skitter's also making a walk for it. 3 seconds for Blue. Go straight blast. First Batrider slows him down. 5 up. Kicks one hero out. Another one will take its place. It's going to be Skitter burning out the entire mana pool of this Earth Spirit. You need to tap that mango if you want to try to roll out, but just going to have to give his life away. Also, there's not much of escape, and instantly into the Roche Pit after 4 heroes have been felled from bait.
Worked so hard to get that game back to a more or less even state. Just like that. It's, again, there's just a decision here. You know you need to go to more spot, go insulate, and then you get caught. You can't do that against one. They're too sharp.
Nice dodge here from Batrider. Have a fresh Blink Dagger picked up, but it also means that he's unable to go to the Roche Pit to steal the Aegis, and he's going to get surrounded by every single side. Fought out. 5, 1, and 10 on this Enchantress now. We're on a verge of dangerous moment. This game is really gonna, like, we're on the verge of it, basically. Like, bait is already, they're already kind of like off balance slightly here. They're still trying to grasp for a holding, unless the ground kicks under their feet.
And the bigger problem here is that they're up against Chambers and Tricor with, especially with that Might being able to scale very hard together with the enemy.
Yep, and this smoke very obvious in the sense that actually what was happening. They are up with all 5 heroes, and Enchantress is also making her way towards spam. Crystallis and the other. Wait, he's still split up actually. Bait with those illusions. They're not falling for it. They're holding the high ground advantage. Dendi jumps straight onto the Enchantress, tries to kill the Fada. Drop to half HP, gets around. There's the ultimate coming in from 5 up as well. Fishman trying to make a run. Earth Spirit is surrounded by enemies as he rolls in. It's going to get taken down instantly. The Coconut does back and forth, but it only gets drawn away from the fight as the Titan takes it with him. And now Crystallis. Futile Blade out. There's the Mana Void. Oh, they go Piranha straight into the top, and he teleported in. This Nature's Prophet's gonna go down with the BKB on, and that is 1 for 1 now. And the second casualty calls here for Bait. They look to Witch Doctor, and he's still trying to chase it up along. Goes for the toss. He throws the Earth Spirit back into the fray. Tries to roll out, gets blocked once again, and Earth Spirit is down. Meanwhile, Fada is really holding this front line. One to keep on going for more kills here. The Batrider dropping low. The burn is ticking on the Enchantress. There's the he. Nope, TP. Nope. Happen. Anti-Mage also in trouble, but the Aegis is still up. Still comes with a heavy cost because there's still Mudgolems having enough cores that they can get a few hits onto that tower, though they are forced to back away.
Once again, with that indecision, they can't find a good angle. It sounds, well, I think it would sound like a lot of who they are going to go on in their comms. It doesn't feel clear at all. I do enjoy 5 up to see, fine, we're going. I don't care. You guys just follow me up. Chaos is only helpful if you have enough burst damage to make.
Alright, the chase from the Batrider is on, so this is the airplane. So ooh, very close. Can't find him. Would have had an ulti for TP. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, I feel like there was something going on with the comms, but with the right things happening on comms there. Because one thing I did love about that fight, the Nature's Prophet teleported into Dendi's taunt, allowing Lasso to instantly lasso the NP out, and they just nuked him before he could do anything in that fight. That was so big for Bait that they got the Nature's Prophet out of the way.
Especially because that was a big...
That too. 10-second charge, a kill from straight 100 to 0%. Crystallis being shaped up. Still being surrounded in the trees. Anti-Mage mana pool slowly starting to drop.
Chrysalis has crossed the biggest hurdle. But once you got the Manta Style, you have 2 survival. And you can't beat by just getting.
Yeah.
Plus the extra tankiness is you can standard combat can take him down easy. He has to be aware. The matchup is on.
It is a 12,000 lead. That just is going to run out in 40 seconds. So Mudgolems want to keep up the pressure. At least find this last tier 2 tower to break. And they're defending as well because they find the Earth Spirit. They even TP all the way back to fight this last hero. TP out, Fishman TP out. And Dendy finds a wild anti-mage roaming about. Like, alright, I can't get these bounty runes. That means it's a 3 for 1. That's a lot of money now. 270 gold per player.
Look how they're just corralling bait back. There is no taunting TPs from the Nature's Prophet into the base.
They really wanted to use that Aegis during the fight, but now it expires. They're still gonna go for it. And there's the lasso. Perfect timing. They need to get this kill on the anti-mage. Silence is up. Damage is there. And Skitter gone. 660 gold going straight into the hands of Andy. And now they feel confident. They're going to take for the Tiny, trying to take him down. Meanwhile, on the high ground, there's also Marania with it. Probably still bleeding right clicks. BKB does not wipe up. Looking at these amount of damage here from the Earth Spirit is going to go down, but they're going to lose the NP. Meanwhile, the actually lifts himself at the same time with the Sprout. And now we got Visage coming down too for Hero's gone. Maybe gonna Milan is being chased down by Chrysalis. Chrysalis looking for another kill, and that's gonna go his way. And it's only gonna be Fodder and the Familiars remaining. And Bait, they actually turned this. They got the perfect timing here. Even if Fodder TPs away, that's fine. They still got a lot of kills. They killed every single core from Mudgolems. That Aegis, because they've been dodging them for so much. Mudgolems constantly wanted to pressure. They really wanted to fight with that Aegis. And then this happens.
Mudgolems did themselves a little bit, right?
They did. They did.
Right underneath enemy high ground. That's still a bad rider. And that is the point where bad rider is at his very scary when his high ground. He's going to have a 4-staff next. This high ground is going to get that much harder. And Chrysalis, of course, yeah, that it's these 2 items allow you not just to fight, but to actually ditch that damage. He is safe doing so, and Mudgolems have to take the next fight way more carefully. They have a lot of extra gold sitting around on their court, but in the specific matchup versus this PL, they are now in hiding.
They've got some good utility on their Visage, though. They have the Soul Crest, they've got Lance picked up, and last hero looking for Milan. Drag towards the low ground, and a DD Phantom Lancer is a great use. That NP ulti doesn't do quite as much damage now. It's only hitting PL illusions.
Very.
I guess that also counteracts the NP pretty well, because when you see an ulti go off, it does soak up quite many hits.
And for the medallion, is nice as a of your team. You're not ever going to consider unless, you know, 33 is an actual wizard. I know he's good. I'm not sure if he is click the one right PM. Whole nest of them.
I have to say, I absolutely love the way you are now living with Visage. You sound very posh.
I've always thought it was Visage, not Visage.
True. I guess Visage is that more of like a European or North American way of pronouncing it?
More the North.
I was thinking.
Visage is clearly the full French.
Yeah, the full French. It's Visage.
Visage. We can ask Seb. I think he has an opinion.
Yeah, definitely might have one. Would probably tell us to stop using this horrible French accent.
What?
Or an embarrassment. Je parle non français.
Je ne parle pas. You're welcome, everybody.
29-14. 10,000 lead from Mudgolems, still looking pretty strong. Got that butterfly closing up on the anti-mage, and look at this setup here. They're going straight for it. Almost ready for it this time. Crystallis is almost dead. Five up trying to make a run for it. Last hero also low 1 HP. They cluster around the interface. They get the Nature's Prophet. He popped up. Crystallis is out of play. 3 heroes gone from bait. They were ready this time for Mudgolems. They saw what was about to happen. And just like that, it looked like he manta dodged for a moment, and then he got a lucky stun off. He almost finished off the Phantom Lancer by himself.
Bait took the bait. I was thinking you. Ryder was too ready for that. You can see him sitting there, eyes glued to the screen, finger on the button. He's gonna jump me. I'm gonna press the spell shield.
Imagine if it was just Dendy zapping in with his R and then come out. That would have been like, right, you used your math and now we find the right one and we lasso. Like, imagine, like, if you actually outplay that moment, but it was Lasso who needed to go in. And he's gonna go down here by the looks of it as well. So much stuff flying, and this bat can only take so much damage. There's spears, there's bolts, there's rocks. Even a bloody sword is being thrown at him.
I always wonder how he gets his sword when
True. And it's actually like more of a stone sword.
more.
I don't know, like
More.
maybe he doesn't have the touch of Midas, like the touch of something, because he turned everything to stone. Does that mean Tiny equals Medusa? Paul?
Well, let's ask Max.
I mean,
Sure, he's not tired of the questions yet at all.
mostly not. Aegis will be picked up by Skitter. We've got the Chase on Bornea, and along with the Chase, and by 5 up.
The condition for bait to take a fight is one, they need to be up close to personals. They need to get that chaos factor going so that all of these target spell right clicks don't have the right target, or at least that there's also chaos in the comms. Really the only area. And the other thing that will facilitate is Chris will actually get a lot of illusions without his health being. He needs to hit somebody or he takes a lot of damage. Otherwise, all of his illusions so easily.
Almost, yeah. Those are the conditions.
So where is he going to find those? And he's going to have to go.
And this is the most important game for Bait as well, because they need to win this one.
Sir, might have got the one. Oh, yes.
I need to drag.
So why did those?
Look at me. Easy defensive Yules. They have. Oh, they're like, we can't kill this. Run for the hills. And we even lose a hero when this is. They're going for the high ground. Phantom will clear away. ND taking damage from empty spears. Fishman turned around, Paladin. The AM. We lost Fishman. Buyback coming in. Another buyback coming in as well. 2 heroes now that can't come back into the fight if they die once. The kick. Running upon this big hit me. And 5 up just melts. He just died back into that one. Not much that he can do. Tier 3 tower also falling down. And a difficult situation here for Bait. 4 versus 5. Anti-Mage in the front with a spark. Buff with Aegis. First hit battle the BL. Oh no! If it couldn't get any worse, you get first hit bashed by the Anti-Mage with a right click, and that's about it. Witch Doctor will follow. Run out. Another fight here. Dendy, Crystal is trying to make their best out of it. They've got Bombi out of the way. But Barnea still coming in to get her as well. They've got the Sprouts holding the Witch Doctor. There's another trade up back coming in on the Skitter. Anti-Mage might just lose his stage, and will. They're looking for the opening. Tiny, ready for the blink stun. Does he catch Fishman with it? He gets used as well by Dendy. Really important play there to buy a bit of time, but they can't make anything happen with it. They're gonna bounce back. Last hero will catch it. And they can't find a response kill from this, but that was so big that Dendy just used the Tiny. When he was about to respawn. Oh, lasso blink still though.
This time.
Brought back to the high ground. Fishman is dead meanwhile. Chased by the birds. Yule down the air. Defensive Yules to the air. Blood Dagger has been cancelled though, and Milan is out. It's still a 24,000 lead. Mudgolems.
And this time they extend all of the 5 X's. You can see there that if they don't get a full engagement, if 5 up there with them from the start, it is so hard. Oh, they're find 5 up again.
Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. He's idle game because he just doesn't have any kind of tankiness on this Earth Spirit. They just rip straight through his armor.
And more importantly, they don't have any pipeline. Anyone who is going to fall. Just you get more. That.
Oh, gotta get the bounty out of the way. And AM is still chasing last hero. We should catch him with the next one. Ash, no. No.
Ulti?
No. No. There we go. Finally connects. Meanwhile, Enchantress, but that's a slight relief.
Yeah, maybe Enchantress is the only target they can. It's gotta be very disappointing, especially Milan is so good. Who was a target to go for before, and instead in that fight in their triangle, they so heavily. Go check.
2 buybacks up. That's Dendy last hero. Only ones that they have remaining. PL situation. Static.
Yeah, so
Needs to get that.
is going to allow to actually reprise their source again on him right now. No, Vlad's on the tip. If he gets bursted, all of his illusions are going to keep that low HP as talked about. But
yeah.
If he actually gets fight, his illusions are a lot longer. Go up, attack him. Fights are the only way. They're going to get out and have damage. Then he's falling off. Last hero's utility all the way.
Yeah.
Hasn't had much of a choice.
Are just stacked out together. Are we looking for the next row shot or something? Golems have slowed down the pace a little bit.
Yeah, super on the way to win a run. I almost feel like the Mudgolem could really play more.
Yeah. It isn't late as well. Up for grabs. Tiny just bought it, and this illusionist cape takes though. Minotaur Horn picked up, spoke up, and they're right next for Ania.
No.
Yeah, they don't want to focus the NP, not the target to go for it. They get bumped either though. And they all reveal themselves. Now Milan has a chance to get a perfect stun out, but he doesn't go for it. Right clicks, however, coming out as both from the Nature's Prophet for Ania. Turning to a decent amount of damage with that. They get the Visage. Visage still tanking several hits. Stuff is already out. Bristol's in big trouble. Surrounded and killed away. Fiber is also going to die back in this. They just don't have the damage. They have no way to respond once they've gone in first. That's basically what they have. They go in once. Can't do the same trick twice. Mudgolems can now finish this off.
He could not sheer amount of damage.
I agree. They can't do anything here anymore. This game is over now. That also means that Bit is gonna drop out as the only team out from the playoffs. Mudgolems will secure first place.
It feels a bit bad for Bait that, you know, they get very first to very last, no chance to kill out of it on the last first, but at the same time, they kind of did just better off. Now we're going to get
Empire.
Yeah, because they stayed with the...
Oh yeah, obviously. True. Big brains. Eat ball brain.
I mean, I think most of
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, dire team ban. Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, you good, Chi?
Team ban. Seconds remaining.
All right, it's game 2 time with Mudgolems and Bait. That also means that Bait is now out of the playoffs, and Mudgolems also secure their first place in the group, so take the number 1 seed for the upper bracket of the playoff stage, which actually is almost upon us as well, because the upper bracket starts on the 27th. That is this week Sunday, so it's not too far away. Write that up in your calendars, because that's when the action will continue. We are in the last day of the group stages, if you didn't know that. So now you're notified, now you know about it. Stepan and Kips once again. Yeah, exactly where it all goes down. We've got some really interesting teams heading their way towards the playoffs, and I think there's still a few spots open for our later matches as well, on who is going to be in the upper bracket, who's going to be in the lower bracket. So the fight is on. But for this series, I hope we get an interesting, fun draft, or at least, hopefully, a Bait win. Yep, if the Bat Rider comes, then we have all 4 identical starters at least. So yeah, I was hoping for a different draft. I think we both were talking about that in the post-game analysis as well, that let's get a fun game. So it might be the same draft, but maybe the game is going to be more fun.
Radiant team ban.
Oh no. You still think he's gonna play the bat? Maybe it.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, history about Dendy, in a sense, he was basically the guy who introduced the aggressive type of gameplay with big abilities, and the way you position yourself in fights, how you use the best out of your abilities. And he seemed like he was so far ahead of everybody in the times, like several years ago. And he's still around. I mean, I do give him props for that. But he's...
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, yeah.
Dire team ban.
Indeed.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
at least I would kind of, even if Dendi wouldn't get Bad Rider, when you see the Enchantress, you usually see the Rubik on the other side. So give me a Rubik Dendi in mid, for example. That would be great. Like, it would still have the same kind of power spike as the Void Spirit does, but you're way more aggressive and active early on. So if you get like a frontlining carry, for example, and put Rubik into mid, and that will be something to build off of. Though it does kind of seem like it might be a repeat-ish draft from last game.
Dire team banned.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team, Radiant team, pick.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it does start to look like it. So if we're following the patterns, we're gonna see something different than the Anti-Mage and the Nature's Prophet, but it might still go for Witch Doctor, making them 4 out of 5 out of the same heroes they had in the previous game. We'll see if they decide to swap that safe lane support for something else. Mudgolems, though, have to come up with 2 different cores. So with Anti-Mage and Nature's Prophet, I would kind of like to see if we had like Bloodseeker, for example. But we're gonna see the Sven, which Mudgolems actually banned from bait in the last phase of game 1. Kips, I'm muted.
10 seconds
Aha.
remaining.
There we go. No.
Seconds remaining.
No. Yeah, we have been hearing you for a while. I was just looking at the lip sync. I was like, should I talk on top of the lip syncs to sound like a Kips? I mean, yeah, or support with purges. Though their support spots are pretty much filled in, unless they decide to play this Tiny as a mid, safe lane Sven. So in that case, could maybe look at a pos 3 Abaddon, but kind of I don't like the idea of 3 strength heroes who are all melee.
Radiant team, pick.
Yeah, Timbersaw and Techies would be like, let's go. But Jakiro, very sturdy support. He can live against the Sven for a while.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. And also you have this a hero that allows you for bigger AoE turnaround control, because see in the last fight where Bait, the last game where Bait would take those late game fights, they would blow up on one guy, and then you have to wait for long cooldowns and repositioning. So Jakiro does allow you to do both of those, and you can go again, you can also escape, you can also chase pretty well. You've got slows and stuns, and a decent amount of dot damage too, but I think the slows and the stuns are more important here with Jakiro being picked up. He's very slow. You only need to be in the right place once. Darkseer Sven, yeah. That's a very fast Swede.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that because, like, in traditional sports, Finland would always lose to Sweden when it comes to like 100-meter hurdles and 400 meters and so. So we even have like this big televised competition of Sweden versus Finland, and then they start racking up points, both men and women, and you start racking up points for which is the better country in sports, and we always lose. It's like, so we got a really fast Sven now in the field. Also for Tiny, this actually helps out pretty well.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess. I mean, it's a rivalry that will probably never go away. We cherish it, we hate it, we love it. It's just there to stay. I mean, I'm not the right person to really start explaining why we have this thing, but, you know. We're the only Nordic country that doesn't include Vikings. They think we're Vikings, but we never consider ourselves Vikings. So.
Pick.
We just brought the bishop behind the sauna, and you know what happened after that. If you know that story, do you know that story, by the way? Yes. Yes, an axe and a bishop and a Finn were involved. So, with our last picks, we've got Concubine, which I do really like here from Bait. I think that hero really causes difficulties for all Earth Spirit, Batrider, Void Spirit, 1 X mark, and he just nullifies a lot. And the Pangolier is here. So we get to see Pango action after quite some time. Does that mean that's a... What position is this? Is this a mid Pango we're gonna see?
10 seconds remaining.
It is, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Hmm? Yeah.
Go ahead. Select your heroes.
Mid. Oh. So how do we see the lanes go out, though? Or if you were saying something in... Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I was thinking about, is with the laning matchups. How do you get the most favorable ones out? So if we go with that, last hero will have a better game than he had last game. He definitely suffered in game number 1. He would have more impact in this game if he goes on a 1 versus 1 and we see the tri-lanes clash against each other. And then you've got the Pango versus the Void Spirit, so that can go either way. Mm-hmm.
My apologies.
You really should prepare for battle.
Rock'em Sock'em.
Yeah, I also love this Blightstone pickup on the Pangolier. 3 branches with the Blightstone, so he's got some early stats. Kind of even up the low HP pool that Pango has, and you're capable of harassing. Smoking up onto last hero. You suffered. You will continue to suffer as Mudgolems stack up with 4 heroes to hunt for first blood. Toss in the air, and it is Fada on the Enchantress. Pick up the first kill.
That's how it's done.
30 seconds.
The torment ain't over.
Oh, I see. Are those little people down there? Wonderful what they can do these days. This is it. The battle begins.
Yep. He 5 up, kicks Enchantress away to pick up the bounty. So 2 for 2 instead of a 3 for 1. Our lanes rolling out here at the same time as Milan is chasing a courier, and he's faster. Hit to do the job. Nope. 5 HP remaining. Goodie. Oh, he's playing with a ball of, what is that called? Wool? Yarn? Oh, yeah. That's cute. I'm a cat person, so yeah, that's cute. Everybody seems to be a dog person these days, so... Oh, yeah. Whoops. UI fixed. Feels like it's early in the morning for me. Anyway, a tiny bit of a pause here actually coming in from the Pangolier. So ASAP is drawn on the map, so he's gonna give us the information. Back soon. ASAP, yeah. I loved how in one game somebody was drawing sunlight rays from their fountain towards the other side and just drawing these beautiful lines. Sometimes he's... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's... Sometimes when you start thinking that are some of the players actually using a drawing board as their mouse...
Where are you watching?
Yes. Yes. You knew exactly what I was going on about. Beautiful. 5 up. Pick up the creep wave. Fada blocking and Cirque. Courier in the process. And some right clicks coming out. Boots. Are they going to save him? And coming in from the other side. Meet up in Earth Spirit once again. Looks have to stack this pull, so get another wave. Teleport. Nope. It's just gonna teleport right away. It doesn't want to waste any more time. And Skitter does the same thing. He skips the creep wave, passes on tower to his creep wave. Now that wave is gonna start. As one wave is already under his own tower. Skitter's a bit panicking here, like, alright, well, I've got a lot of work to do here. A lot of CIS to be caught. Well, Milan found the courier now. Yep. Yep, he had a pretty insane KDA in the last game. At least until that very last fight where he got lassoed first and blown up. That might have halved the amount. But still, really well played on this this Enchantress. So you can see he's in his comfort zone right now. happen here to interrupt Tiny a little bit. Connecting both ways. Doesn't want to throw that dual breath just quite yet. Did manage to get that beautiful two-man dual breath out there a while ago, so he got a lot of damage out, but he still won. 5 up. He's home since career so dead.
Where are you walking?
Kips might
That's how it's
be, yep. I was thinking of the lip sync thing again. Ah. Oh yeah, there is an extra chair around there. Five up coming in with smoke towards mid. Can they make anything happen with this rotation on the Pangolier? Still 8 seconds. Will be up, so either they go now or they wait for him to use it again. And Spectre's actually got 35 HP and top. Gets the kick on Bornea. Dendy picks up the region. Sal will be used on the Spectre. Definitely putting a lot of pressure now as the Earth Spirit now comes back to the bottom left. But they're going straight under the tower and top. The toss avalanche combo coming out. Tiny gets rid of the tower aggro, but he will lose his life. Yeah, and Seer wasn't even very close to that, so if they were both fucking it, a different result. Last year was hunting for another courier here. Those were Sven's boots that have been there for quite some time. Last year are very low on HP, and they will lose one. They will lose 2 heroes. And 3 if Milan can catch the hero, but spells are on cooldown for quite a long time. 3 seconds for the boss. Right clicks will be enough. 3 heroes dead from bait. 2 heroes on top, and then also got last heroes, Bat Rotor in bottom. But he gets rolled by 5 up, and now it gets a really good happening there. So then kind of there was the Pango ult. He was about to go off, and then he used the simulate. I'll secure the arcane ring, so Void will have to sit with an imp model. But yeah, he baited the Pango ulti with the simulate. Cancelled it, so he wasn't able to use it again. He could have maybe started rolling again. There came Earth Spirit, and they're going to Fada. Beautiful 2-man stun from Skitter, and Enchantress lives. Not much HP remaining. Good play here, though. They do force the support away. Now Cindy's here in bottom too, and Sven is right next to him. They don't spot others yet. They don't know about him. They don't know about Dendy, and Dendy has an idea. They just really missed the roll in. Connect. The stun is there. Still hold on to the kid for now. And they're gonna let the Sven run. Yep. And that was awkward for Dendy because he did rotate towards bottom for this to find no kills, no camps to farm. That was like over half a minute of just moving without getting anything out. So that let the Pango farm freely. Nice silence, King coming. Into the other direction, and here comes the hole
Where are you watching?
for Nia. TP hole with the OP in the midst of 4 heroes from B. Not that's done. They'll lose the top tower in the process as well, so this is big for Mudgolems. Not only dodging a gank, but finding an objective in the meantime. Still looking for a fight. Milan forces Jakiro on fire, but then he finally gets an action rune, and this time it's a haste. Making his way towards bottom. Ada just TP'd in. Don't know about the inch in the trees yet. Last hero is on the hunt. Maybe he finds trees. Up. And jumped on by Dandy. 230 HP. As heroes for closing the gap. And that should be it. Tango down. Big pick for bait.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They don't want to give it away. Not yet. Okay. Coming in with the history of the Enchantress, and she's taking a whole lot of damage. Gonna run away from the tier of level 6, but no lasso. Doesn't look like they even need the lasso for now. Bat very low on HP, still on the dive. There's a spend that's actually Barani coming in with a TP, and lives with 40 HP. Damn, Fish weren't able to connect on that. That did look like the Sven for a moment there. Yeah, they should have definitely followed up with Bat Rider on that. Just one ability would have been enough. And now they're being harassed. Fishman just instantly blown up. There's the Pango ulti. Last year, does someone get hit by the stunt? Yeah, coming in for another round. Trying to connect the stun. Now actually rolling out. Lasso is ready. And last hero, he's got friends coming. So does Fada also come up? Knocks down. Dendi coming in. He's got the jump. Tiny taking a lot of damage. Milan still surviving for another jump from Dendi. They get 1, but they're going to lose 5 up in the process. And Bornea, they get wet from Fada, however, on Dendi. And Dendi, all abilities on cooldown. Last hero just wants that lasso so badly. He wants to use it. And he doesn't get it. Gets slowed up. Yes, but it turned around. Now he must just die for this. Gets lasso off him. And they even catch the bang of stun. The edge down at least. And the jump. Nope. Back on the Bat Rider. But it was 1 game and not 7-6. Jump straight from Tiny once again. The ice path won't quite connect on it on, and the roll for 5 up is not really going to connect to anything right now. Last hero is dead. In trouble, getting slowed up by the enchant. 130 from Dota, just doing their work together, and Void Spirit is out of the way. It's a 2-for-1 trip to get the Tiny, but they do lose 2 cores in the process, and that's death number 4. Last year, triple network lead now for Mudgolems. Angrily farming. Here comes the haunt. Crystallis wants a piece of this action. Got the Enchantress in the middle, but they can't touch her. Can't touch the Enchantress. Last hero juking around. Still getting slowed up, and here's from Fada, and last hero's down. The Ench is killing everybody right now. Boren tries to make his way out. 33 still right next to him. Fada's courier is also dead by Crystallis. Still chasing. Nice juke from Ench. But Ench will eventually finally go down. That means a killing spree will be going for dead. 5 up. Damages to the swashbuckle. T-Man back. No wall, but a huge combo. Fishman gets the ice path. Us down. It's They might lose more for this. They've lost Bornia. Milan on the run, trying to get away from Crystallis, but he won't be lucky this time. Double kill for the Spectre, and Darkseer surging away. ND still trying to look for a connection on the Darkseer, trying to bait out, and here comes Sven. Sven coming for the first fight in a long time. Gets the stun on Dendi. Pops the God Strength, gets it up, gets hit by a dagger, so slowed down Crystallis. He's got his own Spectre losing, chasing him right now, and a bit of cleave damage coming in from Skitter, but it's not going to be enough, so Sven finding no kill here. Really important for them too, because that could have gone so bad. Take it out.
Such things.
Yep, and this is looking just like game one in a sense. We've got the Blink Dagger coming up for Tiny at 1,000 gold, so 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, depending. Tiny's gonna live through fights because Bait has been constantly looking for fights. They're still doing the same thing. The pressure is ongoing, and it's everlasting, basically. And a roll straight on the Tiny, on the money, gets the kick down onto the low ground, into the hands of Dendi. Dendi slicing up this Tiny into pieces. Small pieces of rubble will finally collapse on the stairs as Milan is out. And Bornia still waiting here in the mid. They will hold this tower up, but Bait just want kills right now, not objectives. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the respawn timer are like the only factor why they can't continue extending lasso on top. They've got Sven, dagger slow, connected, got the flame break just before Sven got the stun off. And Sven is very alone here, and it was actually the Echo Saber on the courier. Unable to chase down. Now the kill for Crystallis, Dendi finding 33, and 5 bit in trouble. Instant TP away. Vacuum cancels the TP. Oh. Ooh, that's it. Ooh, we get. Oh. Enemies in every direction. Yep, they've got the Hawk coming out. Go on. TP cancel. Fishman gets the Bernie. Bring him with roll. A bit of damage, but not as much as he would hope to. Just in between. Now Den, he gets to the assimilate. Connecting off. They're dropping low ice breath on Fishman. He managed to land a beautiful stun there, but the turnaround coming instantly. Bernie will take on Fishman and last hero, Crystallis and Dendi. But Dendi has nothing left except that he dodges the Sven, but he gets the hot ground. And Pango picks up triple from this. Yep, that's the last of the past because that turnaround once again going from Mudgolems. Spectre's doing great, but the rest of the team is just barely holding it together. Lasso. Oh, last hero's just gonna get carved up by Skitter. That lasso doesn't really do much. It looked like he caught no leader or a creep. Yeah, chasing up Fishman, and Skitter popped his ulti. He's ready to go ham and just slices that Jakiro off and then the chase onto the Pangolier. But Skitter walking slowly towards, wants to get those right hooks out so slow. Can't do anything right now. Get hit the top from Dendi. Dendi has any abilities remaining. The stun onto 5 up. And here's the slap. And he doesn't get the last one. Gets finished up bottom. And now Crystalus is feeling very alone. Then coming back in. Let's get the red pull. But damage. Ooh, the flame break. Not going to be knocked in dead. But at last hero is down to now. Will the fall off for this, but God Strength looks to be running out in just about a second. They're still looking for it. Little turnaround from Skitter, stun connected, and Kiro. There's the finishing blow. Who will deal it? There's the avalanche. Sliced up by Bliss. A scrappy fight from both sides, but Mudgolems style it out in the end. 2 for 4 buyback. Earth Spirit. Going. This one might pay off. Here serving away. Flame break last hero wants to catch up with Arxir so fast right now. Vacuum, but will get burnt alive. So is ready. They can get more if they want to. Bornea chasing on Spectre all alone. And Crystalus with no bodyguards right now. Spectre gets blown up by the avalanche. Oh, and the rest of the bait was like, we're out of here. And Chris was like, wait, guys, wait. Oh. It looked like they were in it together, and then they spread. And now last year, it was like, all right, let's go in. Let's does Mudgolem say the same thing? 1 gone, 2 gone, double bomb. Pretty on the low ground. Can't connect anything on last year. Got a refusal bleed, but want to go yet? Most lassos there. Hasn't seen in a while.
Are you ready to run my opponent?
Distant. I agree. Like, you've got the battles of the Spectre. He wants to farm off one of the things right now. He's going to defeat and to build. It does make actually a lot of sense coming to this game. You don't want to build for Radiance until they get countered by Spectre. Sorry, Sven's one of his favorite items, the monkey bar. That too. So makes life a lot harder at that point. They are definitely taking advantage of this. Skitter's actually uses the string. Zero's location. Oh, what an avalanche. That was so close. And they found Crystalus. He's got no backup. He's got no friends right now. He's all alone. All by himself. And by the time they get there, Dark's is about to throw a vacuum there. Throw it yet, though. 2 kills again for Golem, and Bait can't get anything happening on any side of the map. They just got the Spectre to farm 2-3 waves on top, and he still doesn't have that massive style. His netboard's not moving. Bye-bye. And the bounce up. The follow-up gotta come out. They're waiting for the stuns of every 30. Also was thinking about when do we vacuum stuff, but they end up losing their tiny a bit too soon. Agreed. It's like they... Yeah, exactly. It's like they still live on the momentum that they had in the early game, and then you realize 5 minutes later that, yeah, everything we've been doing in this is not working. And Sven is like 1, 2, 3. And he finished off still looks as fast. Tanky, but he's tanky enough. 2 heroes gone again from Bait and Golem. They have success after. These guys should be turned into real businessmen at this pace, because they would hold them up and what they're doing right now. Mudgolems have really been playing beautifully throughout the group stages, but it's just another show of how they can control the game. Even if they give a bit of an edge to their opponent, they turn back even harder and stronger.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Some more. No, Yule's in the air. Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it?
Look at that.
Good timing there from the dark side. The vacuum. All he needs to do is that one ability, and he won't be able to escape. That Yule's was really big there from the.
Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
Lasso, they've got the Sven. Snap to pop the Aegis. Strength is cool down though, so he will have a secondary life. Now, what do? They just use Halt. They just use Last. All coming in. BKB, and they got Strength. And they're all just melting in this one. And they will take 3. They will take 4 heroes totally. First took down the before, so 3, and this will be the one. Fish tries to escape, and Skitter sets him down. Triple kill for Skitter. He just respawns the base with the friendly, and he even jumps back in. All right. Trying to fade a little bit. Illusion. The stun. Sven on an illusion, and then he will sit in the base, and he is not happy. However, Mudgolems are feeling really, really happy. They're missing almost every ability here, though, but another vacuum. Sven coming as well. No Fishman out. Crystal's on. Dendy doesn't have any jumps. Doesn't have to assimilate. There comes Sven to the rescue, and it is out. Does a buyback lasso. Angle into the fountain. He will just buckle his way out. Meanwhile, on fighting up with 5 up. Scared. Doesn't an ulti crystal run down the fountain. This is the end of the Pangolier. I don't even know what is happening anymore. Oh, it doesn't look like he's taking life. He might just lose his own. Yeah, he's gonna lose his own life here in the process. A lot of money, and it's all dead. That's 2 pieces toward his eggs. Ain't too bad. I think look at the money he had before that, but he's 765 the Sven kill. Probably got a few assists. Oh. But yep. Lose control, you say? Dendy steps out. Fishman tries to saving. Doesn't quite connect. He's being chased by last hero, just right clicking this time. Being a nuisance. Here comes the Hawk. Can't bait to find some kills. Avalanche be out from a lot. Ice Path is 1 pixel away.
Where are you watching?
33. He's got Surge. Surge. He's got Glimmer Cape. Last year was right next to him. Faw's there to throw the Glimmer Cape around, and will tank that lasso. He's still got 3 seconds for Guardian Greaves. Here comes Bango. Another vacuum coming in beautifully. Caught up, and he's here as well. Fishman and the other run. And Crystal is in the middle of it. TP out. Mules will be there to cancel his TP. Dendy's too. And Crystal is gone as well. Don't give up, Zephyr. Don't give up. And Darkseer and the Enchantress all live. Save everyone. Casual perfect, yeah. Very well read by Parnia. Doesn't look like there's any item that's gonna save in the game. There's the Mantle of the Spectre. He's been finished until like a few minutes ago, and he's been building this defusal for 7 minutes now. So that really tells how much deep trouble Chrysalis has been. Used to, yeah, he was. Yeah, it's like 1,000 gold behind, but very close to this Sven. Now there's an 8,000 difference between these two. They're well, only one lane of racks taken, 27,000 gold from Mudgolem. Roche is gonna be up minimum of 140. All they need to do is just go Calp 8. Is that a still a sold all his item? He's got a Dagon. He's got a Dagon. Screw the defusal blade. Enough of building it. Dagon Spectre. I mean, why not? Okay, Dagon Jakiro, Dagon on Air Spirit, Dagon on the Void Spirit. Might as well. Why not? Indeed. Charger 1, fire! Waiting for it. All Astero is last up target they want to get. Oh, and here we go. Here we go, the names. But they can't get just they finally got it out, and then it just get obliterated. I can't even see from all the pixels that were going on. It's CG. But man, what a huge lag spike strikes at the same time as the fight. And that's that. That's the end of the road for Bait, and a victorious road for Mudgolems.